Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Zijinya Metha with the evening news. First, the headlines. Centre launches Smile scheme to provide welfare measures to marginalized people. Union Minister of Law and Justice Kiren Rijiju says Union Budget 2022-23 is very pertinent for North-East region. Union Minister Bhupender Yadav says employment opportunities are increasing in the country. And Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation Limited to resume cooked food on all trains from February 14. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and to get fully vaccinated and help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, to get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-239-78046 and 1075 and state helpline number 1800-345-0019. And now the news in detail. Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar has said the government is committed towards bringing in self-confidence and sense of security in the transgender community and those engaged in the act of begging. Speaking after inaugurating the ambitious Smile Support for Marginalized Individual for Livelihood and Enterprise scheme of the Center for this community in New Delhi today, he said this scheme with skill training and modern education will definitely enable transgender community to move forward with the mainstream, and this will signify the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi of Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas. He said his ministry has allocated over 100 crore rupees budget for this scheme for next 5 years. The ministry has allocated 365 crore rupees for the scheme from 2021-22 to 2025-26. Union Minister of Law and Justice Kiren Rijiju said that the intention and vision of our Prime Minister is being reflected by the Union Budget presented by the Finance Minister. He said this today at Dimapur during a press conference to discuss on the Union Budget 2022-23 and other important issues of Nagaland. Rijiju said the budget is focused not only for the business community and the corporate, but it is focused for the most common people living in the remotest part of our country and is very relevant for the northeastern region. He further described that this budget is a self-reliant budget which will ensure that we will not rely on imports and the supports from outside India or outside our own states. Rijiju also highlighted about Prime Minister's special package for the Northeast PM Divine scheme, which will be implemented by the Northeast Council with initial budget of 1,500 crore rupees. The minister also mentioned that the total budget allocation for the Northeast region during the last year was 68,020 crore rupees, and this year it is 78,040 crore, which is a quantum jump of over 10,000 crore. To this, he stressed on the need to care of our capacities and efficiently utilize all the budgetary allocations made by Centre. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Nipyu Rio expressed gratitude to the Union Minister for his visit to Nagaland and interacting with the State Cabinet and officers on Union Budget 2022-23. Rio also appreciated the special provisions of the budget and for the PM Divine scheme. Citing the recent survey reports of the Quarterly Employment Survey and EPFO payroll data, Union Labour and Employment Minister Bhupender Yadav today said employment opportunities are on rise in the country and the government under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is committed for the welfare of the workers and labourers in both organised and unorganised sectors. Speaking at the 187th meeting of Employee State Insurance Corporation ESIC in Gurugram this afternoon, he said health checkups of labourers will be conducted by the ESIC hospitals and factories or MSME clusters will be considered as a unit, and ESIC will coordinate with them for the preventive health checkups of the workers. The health checkup will be conducted in a total of 15 cities as part of the ongoing pilot project. Speaking on the transfer policy of ESIC employees, the minister informed that an open, digital and transparent transfer policy will be put in force soon. This news comes to you from All India Radio Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation Limited (IRCTC) have decided to resume cooked food on all trains from 14th of this month. IRCTC in a statement said that with the requirement of travelling passengers and easing of COVID lockdown restrictions across the country, IRCTC is all set to resume the services of cooked food in trains. It said restoration of cooked food has been done as per guidelines received from Railway Board in 428 trains, and of the total number of trains, cooked food has already been restored in 30% by December last year, 80% in January this year, and remaining 20% will be restored by Monday. IRCTC added that cooked food on premium trains like Rajdhani, Shatabdi and Duronto had already been restored in December last year. The statement said ready-to-eat meals will also continue. The requirement of a drone pilot license has been abolished in the country. In a Gazette notification of Ministry of Civil Aviation, it has been said that the remote pilot certificate issued by a Directorate General of Civil Aviation approved drone school through the single-window digital sky platform will be sufficient for operating drones in the country. Drone Amendment Rules 2022 further stated that no remote pilot certificate will be required for operating a drone up to 2 kilograms for non-commercial purpose. Earlier, in order to promote Made in India drones, the import of foreign drones has been prohibited in the country. President of Southern Angami Public Organization, Kevipodi Sophe, has called upon the youth leaders to introspect the present stand of the youth as lack of employment, income-generating sources and financial sustenance poses threat to the generation. He said this today during the first presidential meeting 2022 of the Southern Angami Youth Organization held at Jakama in Kohima. Sophe suggested the youths to explore self-employment, marketing and entrepreneurship by taking up agriculture and farming practices by incorporating modern machinery techniques, equipments and scientific methods. He asked the youth leaders to give priority in imparting skilled training to generate sustainable force for the future. Talking about the history of Kezolsa and Zuku Valley, Vice President of Angami Public Organization Zadeho Rikha reiterated on the occupation and ownership of the land since time immemorial. While the Tenimi Public Organization has taken endorsement of addressing issue in toto, the Vice President called the youth leaders to defend and protect the land with farsightedness and agility. Nagaland today reported 56 new positive cases of COVID-19 along with 60 recoveries. The new cases were detected from Dimapur with 30, 20 cases from Kohima and 2 cases each from Mokchung, Pak and Tangsang. The state's total case load stands at 35,173 with 32,450 total recovered cases. Presently, there are 503 active cases in the state. Over 172 crore 29 lakh doses of COVID vaccines have been administered in the country so far. Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry today said more than 46 lakh 82,000 COVID vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours to the eligible beneficiaries. The country reported over 50,000 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. Currently, India's active case load stands at 6 lakh 10,443, while national recovery stands at 97.37%. And to end the news, here are the headlines once again. Centre launches Smile scheme to provide welfare measures to marginalized people. Union Minister of Law and Justice Kiren Rijiju says Union Budget 2022-23 is very pertinent for Northeast region. Union Minister Bhupender Yadav says employment opportunities are increasing in the country. And Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation Limited to resume cooked food on all trains from February 14. And that is all we have in this evening's news bulletin. Have a pleasant night.